And the following program will be Indonesia-Lebanon people-to-people relations. There are some cultural collaborations between Lebanon and Indonesia highlighted in the previous video, which happened during His Excellency Ambassador Bagas Hapsoro was the Indonesian ambassador to Lebanon 2007 to 2009. Now I would like to invite His Excellency Bagas Hapsoro to kindly further explain the monumental cultural event and collaboration between people-to-people relations of Indonesia and Lebanon. Please, time is yours.
Thank you, Mbak Sita. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my friends and colleagues, and my special friends, Pak Ali, Pak Ziad, Mark Barakat, Hoda, Rania. So it is my privilege to convey my brief yet profound experience in dealing with the people-to-people relation, especially Lebanon and Indonesia. There are two specific moments that I wish to recount with you in relation my past experience to people-to-people relation just exactly 11 years ago, 2009. Number one, the Sumatra earthquake, 2009. An earthquake struck Padang, the capital city of West Sumatra. So in the year 2009, the disaster led to the loss of 1,000 lives, 1,000 lives and 3,000 injured civilians across the affected regions. And it hit me personally, as I spent 2 years in my childhood in Padang, and my personal attachment to the region led by my desire to help the victims. Despite the physical distance, which is very, very far away, in ways that I knew how. And thanks God, with my music as my main hobby, I decided to compose a song to raise awareness of the disaster globally. 20 days later, the song was sung in a charity event in Beirut, organized by the Indonesian Embassy, dedicated to the earthquake victims in Padang. And upon hearing the musical lyrics, many of our sisters and brothers in Lebanon were touched and donated a significant amount to the cause. For me, it's not the big or small, the money that they're going to say, but the spontaneous and the meaningful assistance deeply coming from their hearts. So the lyric alone served to remind the people of Padang that they were not alone in facing this adversaries, and their brothers and sisters in Lebanon had not forgotten them. And the song was entitled, Padang, Don't Lose Your Hope. It was sung by a Lebanese artist, a singer, Rania Abinader, and Erwin Mursidi, very talented persons, and a member of the Garuda contingent of the UNIFIL who served in Lebanon in 2009. I think it was in Nakura. So the aid or the assistance was significantly allocated to the rehabilitation of Kampung Baru, a school in Padang City, which was heavily damaged by the earthquake. I do remember when I played that song, I was also accompanied by a very talented musician, Mr. Mark Barakat, which is now with us with this webinar. That's number one. And number two is witnessing the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding of the Indonesian Heritage Trust, BPPI, and the Gibran National Committee. You see that in November 2009, the delegation of Indonesia attended the Khalil Gibran International Seminar in Beirut, and the seminar was organized by the Lebanese American University, LAU, in collaboration with the Gibran National Committee. And the delegation from Indonesia was the board of the Indonesian Heritage Trust, including Dr. Setiano Santoso, Mr. Eka Budianta, Ibu Irawati Batangtaris, and from the Gibran National Committee included Ms. Hoda Sohrub, who is now with us in this webinar. So I'm happy with the collaboration because the Indonesian Heritage Trust brought forward a number of aspects. Just 3 aspects, but this is also very, very important, not only for Lebanon, but also for Indonesia and other. Number 1, this board, this BPPI, has a mission to provide input to the Indonesian government to support the preservation of Indonesian heritage. And number 2, to assist and strengthen community movement for preservation. Last but not least, number 3, to develop a conservation funding system. So the Indonesian Heritage Trust provides an education program as well as a disaster response program for heritage rescue or heritage emergency response. So those are my experience, and this is very touchy and deeply in my heart. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Terima kasih Mbak Sita.